Hello, peoples. Here on the lovely long jetty, and bloody hell, the fishing so far is so slow, but we will see what will happen as we do have a run in tide currently. Got a couple of the squid jigs out, drifting the current. Pretty nice out here, as much as it's a bit more windier, but nice. It's always good, no matter what you do, you always get out, get a fishing. And hello to the people that's watching. Comment below where you're watching from. Come back, asshole. That was a good hit. Beautiful cast. Beautiful cast. Yeah, my day's going alright so far. TKO master. It's been alright so far. No fish yet, but that's fishing. Been already fishing since I think it was about midday, so about 2 hours in to this session here on the jetty. And we do have a tide that's running at the moment, so can't complain. And just working a couple of squid jigs. I don't have bait on me currently, but I will eventually. Hopefully the fishing turns around after that. Ooh, something going on here. We just had a hit on the squid jig. Don't know if he's still there. We're gonna cast that back out. At least we're getting onto the right spot at the moment. That's the colour we're using. A nice black with white with a little bit of a red. And the squid jig from InQ Squid Tackle. Beautiful cast. Getting out there pretty far, guys. Very far, very far. We're getting out there pretty well. Can't complain. Gonna check this rod because I cannot see it. There it is. We're doing two different setups here, guys. So we've got just one we're working, and we got our other one under a float down to a jig, like you guys can see. Nice shiny float, weighted float, and got, you know, a split shot here, and then got a couple beads, and then further down the line have a stopper, so that just sinks down and you just let it drift with the current. And when the squid are around, they will come around, they will see the reflection of the float. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it's shiny very well. So they get attracted to that, and then you have this behind it, and of course they will go to the jig with luck. So I'm going to cast this one out also, and then let it drift back down. We're going pretty far out. So we're just going to let it drift around. Just need to move around the rods. So we, like I did say before, guys, we do have a running tide. So normally the squid goes psycho with the running. and it is still pretty early season for squiddies. But they are definitely still around. All along the jetty here there is a whole bunch of ink. And there has been a fair few caught over the last couple of weeks. I was here about 2 weeks ago and we only did get one in, I think it was 6 hours, something like that. But there were 2 weeks before that we got 6 within 15 minutes. So you have your days you hit and miss. And of course, you know, you can get them definitely under the float. Hopefully we'll see some action in the next, you know, half hour, depending on what this squid doing. When we first got here, this water was right down, like right low. It was at 0.2 meters, I believe so it was. And normally gets about 2.6 meters at high tide, so it's a lot deeper. Instead of fishing, you know, 1.5 meters, 2 meters of water, you're fishing about, let's say, 5 meters of water. And there's plenty of weed patch along this whole jetty, and you will get them. The only thing you need to do is get them to eat the jig. Like sometimes you can just be walking along the jetty into shallows and you will just see them sitting there. You know, you chuck a jig on top of them and they normally just go off. So we did, if you guys didn't see it, we do have 2 different coloured jigs on. We've got a black with white with a red tinge, and then we got a bright green with yellow and a bit of red on it. Normally works pretty well. Those colours work pretty well down here. A lot of the squid that's been getting caught, they've been getting caught on whites, greens, and a couple pinks and purples. But I have always had success on, you know, on blacks, greens, reds, whites. You know, we all work out a treat. Hi Angus, how are you, mate? The only thing I wasn't smart about is bringing bait. I do really want some bait so I can chuck it out to the left hand side into the channel and hopefully get into a couple snapper if my luck was good. But I was hoping to get at least a squid by now so we can just cut it up for some bait and chuck it out. Fresh bait works a treat. Hello to all the 10 people that's watching. Leave a comment where you're in the chat where you're watching from, and how is everyone's day going so far? Days outdoor adventures, yes, it is a cracker day for it. As much as the wind is blowing about 14 k's at the moment. That's good, Angus. Fishing is pretty good for the mental health, like everyone knows. While we're doing not much, I'll show you one of the colours we're using, guys. So this colour works pretty well. This colour works very well here. So it's a nice colour. So we're just, you know, working the jig to see what's hanging out. Well, it looks like the tide slowed down a bit, so that's a good sign. It's not moving as quick as it was before. So we're just gonna keep casting, and see what happens. Day's outdoor adventures. I went to Lake Highland in Churchill. No, not a bite. How long were you out there for? And what were you using for bait? Lift yours up. And this is the other setup we're using too, guys. So float with a jig. It's green, yellow, and orange on the belly. There we are. So we just try to aim for the more deeper water. There's a nice weed patch out there a bit. Just gonna let the tide drift the jig and see what happens. They're always on the go here. Jesus, these fins are flying out there. These squid are slow at the moment, guys. Very slow. There's a couple others fishing also. They couples fishing bait. And there's a couple people chucking squid jigs around too, so at the moment I've got you guys in one of the huts, so I can just block out a lot of the wind noise and everything. Well, I'm Master 88. I am currently fishing for squid here on the jetty. Should have bait, to be honest. It would be a good idea to have some bait on the bottom as this tide moving to, you know, pick up anything. You know, like just recently, not even a week ago, someone caught a nice 50+ centimetre snapper off where exactly I am. Just not this side of the jetty, on the other side, near the channel. So they done well there. So just casting around, seeing where they are at the moment. We definitely need some bait though. I've got a spare rod ready for bait. Because with the tide moving, you know, your jigs will drift with the tide. Normally when the tide is moving, I normally just keep it in the water, let it drift with the current, and see where sometimes you'll get tangled up with your other lines, especially if you're fishing multiple squid jigs like I am at the moment. Got one I'm just working, and then I've got one that's just drifting under a float. So and also, if you guys can't see, I do have my camera in my head too for any action. So I am trying to make a video out of the session. See what happens. See what happens. At the moment, I'm trying to find where me float is, because I cannot see it. So we're just gonna let it sit there and drift. Might be able to find the float. There it is. Found the float, so just gotta let it sit and drift. Like, you can probably just see it on camera. Give me a sec. There it is. There's the float, right where I have zoomed in. That's the float with the squid jig. And then the other one is just over the side here, around this area. So not bad, not bad. So we're gonna chuck these back up. So it's not drifting as much as it was before. So it's a bit more slower drift. I think the tide is coming into high. I think the high tide is in the next hour and a half, something like that. But I need to double check that, because it's normally moves in pretty quick, and then it suddenly, like when it's that change of tide, the water rushes through here, and then your lines end up halfway down the other end of the jetty. So we're just moving around, casting, seeing what happened. So I'm letting it sit in the water and sink, 3-4 seconds, before I start working the jig. So and then I'll do a couple sharp jigs, and then let it sink again. I'll do the repeat. I keep repeating it, and normally your 4th, 5th, boom, 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 you normally will get them. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. quick. Now we cast it back out and repeat. Boom, it's out there now. But hopefully soon, hopefully, cross fingers, that we'll get one to take the jig. I'm just gonna give a couple. I won't give a couple sharp jigs. I just keep it nice and level. And then just repeat. Normally the squid will come grab it when they see it hopping. It's basically how the squid jigs work. They are like an injured bait fish or something on those lines. You do see a lot of squid around bait schools. Like personally, I have seen them here. Like you have like a school of 10, 15 squid, and then not even 2 meters away from them, there's the bait fish. Normally with the current, they normally just swim with the current, and if the current is too rough, they normally will hold the bottom where they can. A lot of people fish the squid at night. I have done pretty well at night on the squid through where I'm fishing, but I have caught them all day during the day. Like one time came out for like, I believe last season, an hour and a half. Me and my partner was fishing and we got our bag of 20 squid within the hour. So it's pretty good. And they were all good sized squid. So we still cast around, still find them, try to find them. It's a very hit miss at the moment. Hopefully we'll soon either get one I'm gonna just let this sit here for a bit to see if it stays still and then see what happens. So the wind is up and down, and it's doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well at the moment. Can't complain. A cracker of a day, beautiful of a day, and that tide has came in a fair bit. I'll show you. So where the water is now, that was all just sand, and it wasn't getting deep to that hut there. So a lot of water has came in the last couple hours, so that's not too bad at all. Looks like this rod. We might have just dropped the squid, guys. Oh, we might got one on, guys. Yep, we got one on, guys. Oh, we just dropped him. I think we just dropped him. Yeah, guys, we just dropped our first squid. Damn, we just dropped our first squid. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get it back out and hopefully he comes back. So that was a shame. We dropped that squid. Because, you know, we were just letting it sit there, and, you know, was having a good chat to you guys, and I just started seeing my rod tip bending, and yeah, he disappeared. So must have didn't hook him properly. So we're gonna put it up in the rod holder, see what happens, see if we can get it. See what happens, guys. We will see what happens. Daz Outdoor Adventures, yes, it was a shame that I lost it. But sometimes you'll get them, and sometimes you will hook them perfect, and sometimes you just hook them by a tentacle, and, you know, any too much loose line, they go. So we might see what happens. They might come back. We might get them back. So while we chilling, we're gonna check the other one. So we're just gonna, yep, we've got our other one picking up the jig. Let's see if he's there. So see what happens. There's something just did grab that rod then. So we'll see and wait, and you guys can watch the adventure. And all these squid jigs I'm using are all from InkU Squid Tackle. So guys, jump onto their website, have a look at them. They're a beautiful jig and very well built. So I'm pretty keen to put the damage in on them. So this is my first official day actually using these jigs since I spoke with the guys, and now I'm part of the Team InkU team, so that's pretty good. And it's a shame we did dropped that one just then, and then had a other one that had a little taste. What we do, guys, we cast this one back out, and hopefully we can get our other one to play the game. So we are casting about maybe good 40 meters out into the deeper water. And we're just gonna let that sit there, and hopefully he comes back. This is Port Welshpool, long jetty. Fishing nearly towards the end of the jetty. So the third hut in on the long jetty. And for anyone that's not from Australia or Victoria, and if you guys are watching from overseas, this is one of Victorians' good fishing spots in Australia, so we do pretty well on this jetty. There's something going on there. There's something going on there. There's something going on with this rod here, so we might have something on soon, guys. Want to see if we can. We just worked it, so who knows, he might come back. It's like they very finicky not to hit the jig hard. Like when they hook up well, you will know about it. Normally they are very slow pull back. Couple of people coming fishing. It's a crack a day. What time do we have? We have 2:35 p.m. Sweet. Not bad at all. Hey, come back, son. Come back, son. So we're just gonna bring the float in and recast it. Do the same thing, let it drift. I reckon, guys, we're gonna change up the colour. So we're gonna go with a different colour. See if he liked to eat it. So I'll be back. Okay, guys, got a question for you. Which colour should I use? The white or the bright orange? The ones that watching, comment in the chat which one I should go with. or right. Left or right, people? Which one should I chuck on? There's one for orange. You know what? I reckon you're on to something. Daz Outdoors Adventures. I reckon we chuck this one on and cast that ripper out there. There we are. Let go. So that's the glow orange. Let go. There we go. Glow orange out there. So we're gonna let the orange just sit there, and that's it. See what happens. Who knows? We might actually get one on the orange. We shall see. There's multiple options when you do. So if you contact the car, get your jump on. Get your jacket in the car. Yeah, sure. We'll go just sit in the car and warm up. We'll add in this orange drift gauze. That's my partner's notification sound. The siren. Be nice if the sun comes back out. We are getting into the right spot. We've got some weed we're bringing in with the jig, so that's alright. Shit. So we're just gonna let it drift again from casting it out there. It will drift in and it will go over the weed patch. So we've got the sun coming back out, so that's good. You like it when the sun comes out. To be honest, the fishing been extra slow today, but all you can do is keep fishing and hopefully you get something to come along. At least we got the sun coming back out, so that's great. They normally like I did say, like with the tide moving too, guys, like you will normally see a lot of the squid, and then sometimes you won't. Cast around and chuck the other squid jig on. Now I've got 2 squid jigs out there. Now I've got a perp. It's actually my partner's squid jig, so see if we can. She's currently gone back to the car to warm up. She's getting a bit cold. So we're just waiting patiently for these squiddies. Cast orange back out. Let's see what happens. Anything is possible. We're just gonna sit here, relax. We're already 50 minutes into this lovely live. So you guys just see a bit of behind the scenes stuff. Like making fishing content, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it, especially behind the scenes. A lot of people think, you know, a lot of the fishing content, you know, it's constant action. No, it's not. You can be out for a whole day, like 8-hour day out fishing, and there's a lot of work going into that, like going into the content. You know, you film it, then you edit, and then you upload it. So I spend a lot of time on my spare time that I have between work and all that, editing a lot of videos. Next week, Monday, there's a new video coming out of a fishing interview I did with a other YouTuber when I was doing the Twin Rivers Spring Classic 2026 up at lovely East Gippsland. So check that one out next week when it comes out. Last night I just dropped a other video of gummy shark fishing and school shark fishing in Welshpool. So make sure you guys check that one out too. You know, give it a watch, give it a like, give it a share, and you know, and also like I want to see on a lot of my videos, guys, like if you haven't watched any of my YouTube content, make sure you do. There's plenty of action all through Victoria. I'm not based just in one spot like every day of my life. I do travel a fair bit between my fishing ventures. Like for example, this spot here, this is about an hour and a half from home. So I do travel a bit through my time I get to put out the content for you guys. I am in process of filming a other video. That's a freshwater one actually, and that's a hair rig versus a dropper loop, aka paternoster, fishing for carp. So that video is in process at the moment. Still filming a bit of that, and then of course this video here for where I am currently has been 4 weeks since I started filming it, but haven't had much luck. So I'm hoping as this day gets a bit later, I'm only staying out to 4 o'clock this arvo, so I've got still about an hour and 10 minutes, and hopefully we can get onto some squid. So I'll be on the live probably till 3:15. So then I can fish the 45 minutes of, you know, focusing on the rods a bit more, and then just moving around on the jetty to see where I can find the squid and all that at the moment. At the moment it's a very waiting game, so we're gonna pick this one up and cast back out. We are picking up a bit of weed, so that means we're onto the spot where the squid should be. So also in a bit, guys, I will move down the jetty into a bit more shallower water and cast around and see what happens, and you guys will get to be there with me to move spots, and then I'm gonna have to find somewhere to set you guys up in the next spot. Like, it's been a very crack of a day, but the fishing is bloody slow. So who knows? Anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen in the next, you know, you can spend heaps of time out fishing and then you get a period that it's just constantly boom boom boom, you know, fish after fish, squid after squid. It's depending what's going on at the moment. Probably a lot of the squid are moving in back into where all this weed patch is. as much as it was very low earlier today, so sometimes you will get them when that high tide comes back up. You normally start seeing them a lot more than you normally do. You don't need to cast as far as I am normally on high tide, but I'm just hitting a couple deeper pockets to just see where the squid are at the moment. I'll be back with you guys. I'm just gonna put these in my bag. So yeah. Don't mind me, guys, I'm disappearing off camera.